What's going on, everybody? Simulation for the Nation here. Welcome back to another episode on Riverbend Springs. We are cracking along with some winter plowing today. It's January. Winter contracts are in full swing now. The snow, as you can see in places, is still here. But we have got rid of a lot of it. There was a lot of snow, actually. Best part, like a foot or so, it looks like, in places. But now we are cracking on with some contracts here, and we're trying to make the most of it. Get as much work done as we can, really utilising the strength and the power of the big New Holland just to get through this a little bit faster. Today we have, so far, we've done one wood contract. We've done a deadwood contract, which was the first time we've done one of those. And that's actually quite useful, because it turns out once you fell those trees before you close the contract, you can actually take that wood and drop it into your own sawmill for the production of extra planks, which is good. So we'll have to take on one of those every so often. But otherwise, yeah, we are progressing through well. We have sold off the rest of our wheats, and we've completed a few contracts that we had tied over from yesterday, which is why we're sitting pretty at £57,000, which is good. Very happy with that amount of money. And we should hopefully see that continue to kick up. There is another wood hauling contract, but we won't start that just yet because we've done a lot of those. What we need to do, we're waiting for our cattle health to get back up again, because overnight they ran out of food in one of the sheds. We want to wait for that to kick up because they are around about 11 months old, some of them. And if anyone watched my video from yesterday determining when is the right time to sell your beef cattle, between 10 and 11 months is a good time. So we're going to start to move some of those out and cycle them out, which means we will need a cattle trailer. So we need to look into one of those, and we also need a sprayer for some of our crops as well, because there's a few weeds about. So whilst we have money now, it's probably not going to last very long. So we'll have to get on top of that one as soon as we can and see where it goes. Yeah, this is not a very big field at all, but it's just going to be a nice one to crack on through and get ticked off. Well, that wasn't very straightforward that time, my word. The GPS took a little bit of time to straighten itself up there, I feel. There you go. I absolutely adore ploughing on this version of Farming Simulator. It's so therapeutic for me, and when you get to watch what's going on behind you there as well, it just looks fantastic. Yeah, it really does. It's so impressive, especially when you start to use some of the bigger ploughs, which we won't be able to afford anytime soon. But we're making do with what we've got, at least for now. So we're sitting at 33% of the way through here. We're going to continue on, see what we can get done, and then we will move on to the next job for the day and just have a bit of a summary of where we stand. Okay, and so we're on the final stretch of headlands here. Ploughing over. This first one's always a wee bit bumpy, but it's coming over nicely. 89% done, and then it's not a big contract at all, but it's a nice one to tick off. Pays for the financing, and then we can move on. What I think we're going to do is actually go and buy a cattle trailer, and then we'll get everything ready to go to sell some cattle. It's been a few hours, so the cattle's health should be getting back up there. Then we can recommence our stock rotation again, which would be good. Buy in some new young calves and start to fatten them up and get that process going once again, because that is the plan. Try and keep them rotating through there as much and as quickly as possible to make it worthwhile, and also to continue to bring cash flow in, really, because that's what we need to do. Make this as lucrative as possible for us. A few more contracts coming through at the moment as well. Nothing too crazy. We'll just keep an eye on it and see how we go. In February, I think we're going to get some fertilizer put down onto our grassland, and we'll look to see when we can start to drill some spring crops as well. I imagine that'll be March, because we've got a field that we need to get put in there. And then yeah, it's we need to buy the cattle trailer, we need to buy a sprayer. They're the first two, and then after that we can start to save up more money again. Conscious that for springtime though, we will need a mower. We haven't got one of those yet. Some kind of rake, I would assume, as well, so we can get ourselves set up properly for hay or silage when the time comes, or probably even both, actually, because we can't afford to keep buying fodder in. That much I know. Not very even furrow because it was so bumpy there, but hopefully now we're out of the ins and outs. This should be a little bit smoother on this pass. And get everything tied up there. There's only one, maybe two more passes left to go anyway. So far we've got 1.6 hours on this New Holland already, which, considering we bought it in the relatively quiet period of January, that's not all bad, I would say. starting to make me think as well about the John Deere and how much we use it, because it's been in the shed ever since. I'm sure we will get to use that, and there will be a time and place for it, but yeah, it's definitely this has taken over all of the work. This and the Merlot, between the two of them. Problem is that with the John Deere, there's very little sell-on value. It really doesn't. I mean, if I sold it, I'd probably get the same. I might pay for a rake, but that's about it. Disappointing, really. Alright, 2 more passes, and then we are away to the races. 95% done. Lovely stuff. Good thing about buying this stock trailer as well, yes, it's going to take a dent in the money, but I think I got 20 cattle, or maybe like 15 cattle that are ready to go, and they're around about the $1,000 mark, £1,000 mark as well. So if that is indeed the case, then we're going to almost pay for that stock trailer straight away. Oh, we finished that contract. Look at that. Handy. Well, let's get ourselves out of here, shall we? We are going to go back down this side here. Let's just stick some beacons on. And let's go back to the yard and have a look at prices and see what we should do. So yeah, the long-term goal, as we discussed recently, is to get another field around here somewhere. It's still very much a pipe dream at the moment. I would have to just sit and crank out the contracts for a long time to make it worth it. Oh, let's go that way after all. But we're not quite there yet, because one of these would be pretty ideal. I have aspirations for this one on the right, as I think, as it stands right now, but maybe one day soon. But yeah, we just need a few more bits of equipment first, so we can actually finish off all the main jobs that we want to do, and that may well open up some contracts at the same time. So we will focus on those first and then go from there. But the farm is coming together. And somebody asked for an aerial view of the farm. So let's see what we can do to make that a thing. That's about as good as we can get here. So I hope that makes it a little bit more obvious as to where everything is. But yeah, it's a little spaced out still, but I like it. It's starting to feel a lot better than the original open plan farm. I just wish there was some placeable gates that we could use, but for some reason they're not a thing anymore. I really should have come at this from the other way. Let's put that into transport mode there. That'll get me around. And my pressure washer still doesn't work, so I can't clean anything off here, which is a little unfortunate, to say the least. Anyway, out we go. Diesel's looking good. Stop this here. Alright, so let's have a quick look at our stock and see where we're going to be selling first. I think it's this shed first, because these look like they are the biggest calves that we've got at the moment. Let's have a look at what they're looking like. Farmer feed. The health is still 0 because they've got no water. Darn. Should have taken care of that. I don't think we'll be selling them today then. That's annoying. Cannot sell the cattle if they're not 100% fit, because the impact on the price is just not good at all. I should have seen that. It's annoying. So we'll just get this water in here so we can get going. We have planks now. That's pretty cool. And a lot more wood to go in there as well. So that's a nice little side hustle we got coming in. Yeah, so they are a little bit behind in terms of their age. Right now we're at 25 animals here. We'll get their health to kick back up again soon. Oh, I'm really annoyed about that. Let's collect this contract whilst we're here. So yeah, we've got 11 of them actually. Now if they were fully fit and healthy, that's about £1,000 a head, if not more. So really worth it. If we look at anything in here worthwhile, no. If we come on down to our livestock transport, it's going to be a few trips because we didn't get 6 in the go, but we save ourselves £50 a time if we move them ourselves. So that is exactly what we're going to have to do, and we will buy that. Perfect. And yeah, we'll just have to wait a few hours for their health to kick on up there, and we'll be looking good. Over here, again, this was the most recent barn we put in, so they're going to be a lot younger again. Still looking nice and healthy, but there are 48 here. Let's see how old we are. So yeah, 48, because they're healthy, they're actually worth right now more than the 11-month-old, but we will sort that one out. Yeah, actually their fee's gone up, so it's £57 to move them, so we don't want to do that. But yeah, great, we'll let them crack on. Looks like all of our bees still here. They seem to be. And here we're at 5 months as well, so again, plenty of time. But we will leave those all there, and we'll just start with the old group, get those moved out, and we can move on. So like I say, these contracts right here, you have to fell a random number of trees, it's usually around 10 or so, and then that's all you have to do. But what's pretty cool about it is that before you complete the contract, you can take those trees and then sell them or put them into your own production chain as well. So we'll probably put 1 or 2 in. They're a bit of a pain to handle because they're blooming long. But if you can get around that one, then it's a great way to keep topping up your wood supply. So that's always worth knowing about. And then we've got more contracts to do here as well. That's a nice and close one. We can probably get on with that. That's even closer, but not really worth it. And also that's got a ginormous set of equipment again. Might be something we take on later, but let's just go and pick up our new cattle trailer, and then we're looking all set. Turn off this tractor. And here's our grass that we will be looking to get fertilizer on next month. It's 50% fertilized because it's going to need a bit more though, for sure. We want to get a good yield off. We want to cut it as early as we can so we can get a first cut silage off, then cut it again so we can get a crop of hay off there, just to make sure we last all the way through. Because right now our fodder consists of the silage bales over there, and that's it, which is not good. And I don't like buying silage bales, it costs a lot of money. And what we will be doing when we're buying in this, when we're selling this lot of cattle, we'll go to the auction house, we'll sell off the 6 at a time in the trailer, and we'll buy 6 calves in at a time as well and bring them back. So we're continually replenishing, like for like, same numbers there, so we don't have to worry about doing twice the work really. And we'll go and pick up this trailer. Always nice to get a new bit of equipment. I think if we're going to be on this moving cattle around, I think we'll likely we could maybe put the John Deere onto the cultivator and go and take on one of those contracts and just let it turn its way through. Could be an easy way to get things done. Alright, well, we don't need it quite yet, so I'll stick it over near that Merlot for now. Quick look at all things production chains as well. So we've got 2,600 litres in there, so plenty. One nice long pallet, which is pretty cool. We can get that sold off fairly soon. I might just store them there for now, I don't know. But we've got the opportunity to stack things up there at least, which is nice. Alright, 626 we can get if we sell them ourselves. But that will continue to really ramp up there. Close to 1,000 as well. We'll be selling them once their health returns. Just a little bit annoyed that we let that one slip, but it is what it is. We'll get them sold off. And then we're good. Otherwise, yeah, everything is looking good with them. All that really is left to do now is park up the water tanker here, stick the trailer on the back, and go and do our daily wood contract. Bring in the money, start the repay for that trailer. And then we're looking good. There isn't really I'm just keeping an eye on here for a sprayer to come in. I don't need any of those yet. But if we get that sprayer in, then we'll pounce on it, because it's about 35 grand brand new, I think, at the moment. Whereas if we can get it a little bit less, I am all for it. And then where are we going? We got this one here, and we are going all the way up to the very top. Oh wow, okay. And then we're saddling it down here, so it's going to be a bit of a drive. There's no real easy way to get there, but never mind. Onwards we go. We'll go through the cattle shed. And we're going to get this one done. We've done millions of these already, and we'll continue to do about one a day, because it's just such good revenue, you can't turn them down, unfortunately. But we'll get this all done, be the end of the day, and then tomorrow we'll look to start getting everything sold off. So we'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always. I do hope you have enjoyed. I have been Simulation for the Nation. This has been the latest update from Riverbend Springs. We'll bring you another one tomorrow, as always. And we'll finally get some cattle sold and get our beef production off to a flying start. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.